Hey guys, welcome to the weekly recap for week 9. So, Hutch is on vacation, so I'm going to be covering for him. It's probably going to be different. Like a lot of things, like the setup is kind of different. I tried to make it close to how he did it, but like I kind of couldn't figure it out. You'll see some differences. But basically, so this week there was a 5-0, Demaster over Malone, 4-0, which was Static over Susie, and a forfeit, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't think we've had a forfeit this entire year, or even, I can't even remember one last year. I think there was one, or maybe two. 1-0 for Hutch over Anderson. Very, very interesting game there. 4-0 for myself over Ghost. Pretty close game, too. And then a 6-0 from Keister over Naria. So he's just shooting up with his team. And 6-0 with Ian's God team over Rocker, who still has a shot at the playoffs, but that definitely hurt. So here are the scores. You can just take a look at them. You can pause the video, but I'm going to be moving on to the first match, which was Demaster versus Malone. All right, so the first match is between Demaster on this side and Malone on this side. So this was a 5-0 in Demaster's favor. As you can see, I got the stats like over here. I know it's kind of weird, but I know Hutch like shrinks it down or something, but like I don't know. I need to get it recorded soon, so I was just like, it's not really blocking anything. So hopefully this isn't too weird and you still watch the video. But if it's just weird, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think this is the best compromise I could do. Anyways, so Demaster is now 5-4. Malone is now 1-8. Demaster has a +7 differential, while Malone has a -28 differential. In this game, Melodic got 4 kills, Hydreigon got 1, Jirachi got 1, while Malone's lone kill was by Mega Sharpedo. So let's hop right into the game, and let's see how this played out. So basically, from just looking at the statistics, you'll probably tell that Melodic kind of just walled his entire team, which it kind of does, bar Manectric. So Malone actually leaves Manectric. He goes into Tapu Koko, nice name. He goes for Volt Switch, which is Electric Terrain boosted. That's a good amount of damage. That doesn't look specs to me, though. He goes Sylveon, which is a pretty good switch in. Good brain with the U-turn because of the Zyger 10%. You can always U-turn out. So he goes for a Wish, which is good because Jirachi always comes in my opinion. Unless he was... No, he comes in. So he actually goes aggressive into Delphox because of the Wish, which is a very good play. Jirachi loses nothing, getting up rocks. Delphox goes up and fires up a hard-hitting Psyshock, Life Orb. And I believe he switches out. He should. Good play. Onto Mew, which does very well against Tapu Koko. As you can see, it easily eats the 2-hit KO. Problem is, Demaster can always U-turn out. He's Tanga, very interesting. I'm not sure what that's for, but it worked. So I would have recovered if I were him. As he does, good play. So Malone's playing pretty well at the beginning, like he typically does before something goes horribly wrong. Even a good knockoff on that Jirachi. And now what this does is it prevents him from going anything because he can just knock off again, which is what I would have done. He doubles, pulls a double into his Sylveon, which again, this is a good position because, oh yeah, good play going hard into Tapu Koko. If I were Mew, I don't know. I think it was a good play all around for both because Mew kind of can knock it out. So he had Psychic, knockoff wouldn't do anything, and now he gets another hard-hitting Mon, a hard-hitting move with Sylveon. Although Jirachi always comes in, but if he does have a coverage move hit this with, he could have 2-hit KO'd it. This is probably Spadef Jirachi, just the way he's playing it. Goes in a Zygar 10%, I don't know why, but I know he got the wait, what? Okay, so yeah, so he goes for Wish and Zygar comes out. It goes for heal, or gets healed, which is nice. He brings out his Sylveon on the double into Melodic. Gets some nice leftovers. This is a Marvel still Melodic, so it's just gonna wall Zygar 10%. It's gonna wall Sharpedo, so it's gonna be interesting. However, again, Sylveon can get a hard hitting move if he chooses to do so. As he wishes again, see, Rocker's playing way too passive with his Sylveon. Rocker. Malone is playing way too passive with his Sylveon. So he goes into Manectric. Jeez. I wouldn't have gone hard Manectric under no circumstances. He gets burned too. He gets the Wish, which is fine, but like, again, why? When you had a Mew that knocked it off, and you can play around it. He volts out, which does a good amount. I would have just straight up double Thunderbolted, because what was coming in other than Hydreigon? So he goes for a cover. Now he's back to full, and this pretty much walls his entire team. Now this thing's toxic. Around Sylveon, I mean. Well, basically walls everything. Goes into this on the Wish again. Like, he's playing way too passive with the Sylveon. I'm guessing he only had Hyper Voice, which again, that's kind of a poor bring if he didn't have anything to hit Jirachi like Shadow Ball for at least a 2-hit KO. Manectric comes in and he does run Overheat. Manectric does in general, as he just fires up a Thunderbolt. Fair play, fair play. So Manectric's go for the Overheat. That's not the right play there. The Overheat doesn't come close to a KOing, especially with the drop. And now he does get a free Volt, which is nice. But he stays in double Overheats, which is again a very poor play on Malone's part, as he can just wish it off. And honestly, this is starting to become more of a. You can see that his team, the Masters team, has become. Yeah, and again, why would you go hard Sylveon Jirachi? Anyways, you can speed this up because this game's basically over. Yeah, Susie puts it pretty well. He does go into Feldox as he fires a Fire Blast. That does a lot. That does a hell of a lot. It has to be. It might be naive actually, just on how it took it. And now he sacks Manectric. Now he just loses to Melodic. And yeah, so a couple misplays. I don't even think this knocks it out, but there's no reason to risk it when he can just go into Melodic. That burn pretty much ensures that he walls this thing for days. He does go into Mew, and if this thing gets burned, it's just over. I'm not sure why he. Yeah, I see he had Zen Headbutt. See, the turn that changed the game was when he didn't Zen Headbutt on top of Coco, which would have knocked it out. But anyways, we can just. It's pretty much over. Yeah, that Toxic just ended the game. And now his entire team is walled by. Maybe if he weakens enough, Delphox can come in. But Mega Sharpedo can't sweep because. Oh, actually, no. I take that back. Mega Sharpedo could have swept his entire team. But he also needed a bit of damage on Tapu Koko. Because, of course, they run Psychic Fangs, and he can protect on the opening. Yeah, he could have won with Sharpedo if this thing died. But, of course, he's never going to let that happen. I would have gone into hard Delphox there and at least tried to pressure this Melodic. And we kind of just skip through the turns because this is kind of boring. So, yeah, okay, never mind. Psyshock, again, why that wasn't the play if he had another move. If he had Shadow Ball or Dazzling Gleam, that would have done more because of the Marvel skill, even with Stab. And so, yeah, again, he could have weakened this thing to a point where Sharpedo won, but I guess he just decided that winning doesn't mean anything anymore. Sorry, I think I clicked last turn. But, yeah, basically... Whoops, yeah, okay, so this is where we were before I clicked back. Yeah, there's not much to talk about this game anymore. And why was Waterfall the play there? I don't know. Maybe it was, actually. But honestly, at this point, he could have gone for Crunch and gone for the not Scald Burn, which would have been a better chance. I'm not sure why he's doing this. Malone really just needs to figure out how to play this game. Or maybe he didn't have Crunch, I don't know. Then Psychic Fangs, Malone. This is like... Please, like, there's so many chances you could have won. I'm not sure why you're doing... I don't know why you're waterfalling when Crunch just freaking blows this thing back. And he has Dustin Bone anyways, so... There you go. And Mega Sharpedo gets... the kill, everyone's enraged because Malone doesn't understand how to run a Mega Sharpedo, and the Master picks up a 5-0 victory. I'm not gonna let that hurt me to watch, but anyways, we'll move on to the next game. Alright, so we got the next match here. I've already recorded this and it kind of failed, so good thing. That's good and bad. It's obviously annoying for me, but I also know how this game goes down. So it is a 4-0 victory in Static's favor over Susie. This was actually a really important game because now it brings Static within one game of Susie only having one differential point difference as well. So for Susie, Raikou and Mega Dynasty picked up the kills. As for Static, Zygarde, Type Null got 2 kills. Type Null was the MVP this match for sure. Clef got 1, Zoroark got 1, and Conk cleaned up the last kill. So let's just hop into that and see how this occurs. So Susie leads Celebi. I do also know Susie's team. So because of that, I'm able to provide a little more insight. So Zoroark goes for U-turn, because that is Zoroark, because Zygarde doesn't get U-turn, of course. Celebi just goes out for Giga Drain. Pretty safe play. I probably would have gotten up Stealth Rocks if I were him. Regardless, he brings U-turn. Good prep. I told him to bring U-turn. U-turn just gives him so much momentum, honestly. This gets up. This is actually Trick Choice Band Pythagoras, by the way, which is hilarious. But he goes for a double. Good play in general. Diancie, this just picks up a kill, or so we think. Because little do we know, type null completely checks this thing because static is made a very good prep choice. So he goes for a Moonblast, does about 34. That's respectable with Stealth Rocks up. That can definitely 2 a KO when you get some more pride damage. But static brings the U-turn. Iron Head, which kind of beats Diancie pretty hard. Obviously, Arcanine kind of walls this thing when it has the Intimidate up. We'll see later that it doesn't really wall it very well, but so Arcanine actually lands a Toxic for on the Alola Mola, which at this point Suzy is in a very good position. As soon as he gets up Stealth Rocks, he can just start beating stuff down with his Mons, and keyword on when, because he decides to put it at like, you'll see. So now he goes into Cliffable. I would have thought this would have been a great turn to get up Rocked, but I guess not. Or even Giga Drain would have been nice to get back some recovery. So does go into Arcanine. Again, he takes the rocks. He didn't bring hazard removal. That's fine, because neither did Static. But he never chooses to get up rocks, which is just confusing. Because this allows him all these doubles with Alamamola. So he goes over Morning Sun, gets back to full with Arcanine. At this point, he's in a pretty good position all around, still. He goes hard Raikou, predicting a Wish on Static. Very good play, because now he can just Volt out. But he actually decides to pull a double. It's alright. I think that's an okay play. It covers the Zygarde, obviously. But honestly, at the same time, like, Celebi kind of walls Zygarde. So this comes in on the Jayhawk, and I'm pretty sure Suzy was thinking, well, let me just go into my Arcanine because it always checks it. And that might be true, but you make the same play over and over again. Eventually, your opponent's going to figure stuff out. So again, Almola, he goes for a Roar, which is okay, but he didn't have Stealth Rocks up, so it didn't gain him anything. So now this is the game-changing moment. He goes into Slowking because he thinks it walls when it really doesn't because of knockoff. Earthquake did a crap ton as well. So he goes for a knockoff. He definitely lives that. Knocks up his leftovers, kind of sucks. He goes for a Psyshock, and that does 47. And this is the misplay here, because he let his Slowking die. And honestly, this wasn't the misplay. Like, the misplay was, like, here, and just, like, not... Like, I don't know why he sacked it. Slowking was his only real win condition this match. Because Mega Diancie, it is sort of, kind of, if you finally get up hazards. Because look, it just gets walled by, it gets beaten by Alamola's Wish Passing into his various answers. So again, Ironhead does wall this, but again, Alamola comes in every single time, and this is the issue without Stealth Rocks. And it's not like saying Stealth Rocks would change the game, but it also would have limited, like, other Mons' switch-ins. So Celebi comes out, and this should be the turn he gets up rocks, but again, he doesn't choose to get up rocks, which is really confusing. Or he did, or I'm just confused. I think he got up rocks this turn. No, he recovered this turn. Again, Giga Drain was the all-around better play, because what's his Giga Drain switch in plus leftovers? Would have gotten up to about the same amount, and again, he doesn't get up rocks, and it's just really frustrating, because I know he could have won this match if he just got up rocks and played with that pressure. And Arcanine again comes in, but at this point Arcanine is severely weakened. And Almola comes in for like the freaking 30th time today, and again walls it for days. And just fires off a Skull. I would have fired off a Skull this turn actually, because Celebi comes out. He just wishes again, like this is rinse and repeat, and he's losing because of the Stealth Rocks. Because he's not really doing any damage, Static is. And Static such, and now he gets up rocks, and it's a little late now because, well, I wouldn't say late. At this point, he still has a chance. So he turns out into his Arcanine, because Arcanine does beat this, but look how we can... Oh, sorry, it goes Cofagrigus. So Cofagrigus takes a Moonblast. He's not leftovers because he's some trick band set, which in theory would have beaten this thing if he had his Slowking alive. And we're not going to talk about that play, the Will-O-Wisp play. I don't know what was going through his mind, and I'm not going to try. And he goes into Arcanine, which is his check. It checks it pretty well, because it does wall the Moonblast and Flamethrower that it might bring, and he just kind of roars it out. But the thing is, that was a misplay that he didn't go for recover first, and or because now he's revenged by everything. But he gets a lucky roll, and gets type null in. So he Morning Sun's here, but then he goes for SD, and an SD +2 return's going to hit hard, and he reveals a Facade, which was a good bring because that means it could set up on Arcanine and stuff like that. And he gets the Roar out, and he goes into Zygarde. At this point, it's basically over because Zygarde gets one Dragon Dance up. and it blows through his team. And he lands a Toxic, which, yeah, in hindsight, Roar was the play. But no, I'm going to support that Toxic play because it was way too hard to predict the Roar there. At this point, yeah, he basically loses, but Susie actually has a really nice tech here, and revenges with an HP Ice Scarf. Now that I'm like pretty certain was a roll, just based on other damage rolls. So maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. Here's the game-changing moment. He Calm Minds up, and Cafagrius reveals the Trick Choice Band, but he reveals on a turn that Static goes for Moonblast. So very good play. If Static calm-minded, I think Susie might have been able to pull out a little more kills, but I don't think he would have won because he sacked like all his win conditions. All win conditions, I mean his one win condition in Slowking, because he can't really win with his Raikou anymore, and Diancie kind of can't win either. But if you did Trick in the Calm Mind, you could have had a bit of chance. We could just speed through this because basically Susie kind of just gets walled by this Pokemon. For some reason, he actually switched out. Not 100% sure, Static. I think he might have just cost himself a differential point because I'm pretty sure Clefable could have just. Actually, no. Static made the right play because Moonblast does have limited PP compared to Recover. So yeah, Zora comes in, Dark Pulses, doesn't get a kill, which is like kind of unfortunate. But he gets a kill here with Zoroark, and here's where Susie gets a pretty important differential point because like Laurie's there as well at 5 and 4. Like there are a lot of teams that are really close there in differential, and he gets that extra kill, which is nice. We can speed through the rest. He actually could have gotten like a crit there and got another kill, which would have been funny. And I'm actually surprised Facade killed either. But anyways, good game all around. Type Null was under Pret 4 on Susie's part, and that was put him in a very big disadvantage, but he could have still won if he kept alive Slowking. That's just my thoughts. Obviously, the game could have gone differently. Anyways, move on to the next one.
Okay, guys, so the next match is between Hutch and the Portland Timbers and Brad and the Contract Killers. Now, I was told this game had a lot of hacks, but I haven't watched it yet, so this should be fun. So, Hutch wins a 1-0 over Brad. He is now 6 and 3 with a +8 differential, while Brad is 4 and 5 with a +1 differential. So basically, if this game went the other way, then Brad and Hutch would both be tied. So this is a big game. Looking at the score sheets, Victini got 4 kills, Mega Pinsir got the other one, as well as Vaporeon got the other one as well. And Anderson picked up 3 kills with Chandelier, 1 from Abomasnow, 1 from Lucario. Definitely 2 Mons being centralized right there. So let's just hop right into the battle. So Brad's got a pretty cool team actually. Like definitely a hard hitting team. While Hutch has definitely got he brought Drampa. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go into the first. So he leads Victini because he literally U-turns on anything. He does have to watch out for Chandelier because of course Chandelier always comes in with Flash Fire onto the Victini. So Flamethrower onto the Drampa. That does nothing. Drampa can fire off a Hyper Voice or a Draco. Goes for a Shadow Ball. Good bring. I didn't even know it gets shot. I don't even know anything about Drampa. So Brad doubles out into Chandelier, expecting him to go into Fortress. Good play. And now Hutch needs to pick a something that's going to take damage. I would have gone for Shadow Ball actually because if you look at his team, there are really no Shadow Balls, which is other than Drampa. But he actually went into Drampa, so yeah. Actually, no, I completely forgot that Drampa is actually normal type. Yeah, I know nothing about Drampa. It's just I just hate on it because it's bad, but never mind. So yeah, Flamethrower was the better play. My bad. So he fires a Shadow Ball of his own, but Drampa is not leftover, so it's always getting chipped down. And this kind of gives a free switch into Vaporeon to an extent. But if this thing's Nasty Plot, but like not just Nasty Plot in general, then this beats it. But Brad switches out, probably not. He actually goes hard into this thing. So expecting a Toxic, very good play on Brad's part. Very good play. Of course, Skull doesn't always burn either. So Brad goes for the knock. Again, great play. That was a risk-free play. Now Vaporeon can't play without Protect. I expect Brad to switch out here, but he stays in. Hutch goes to Fortress. Fortress pretty much walls, but that actually did a lot. But the Wish, of course, comes back. So now Brad switches out because he doesn't want to take it. He doesn't lose much from going Chandelier as Hutch just gets up his rocks. And now repeated Flamethrowers
will do a lot of damage to Drampa because of the burn. The burn is kind of unfortunate, but apparently it gets balanced out or something like that. So again, next time Drampa comes in, it's not going to be taken 2. It could always have a rest, though. So Togekiss is his switch-in because it should be able to take 2. But great bring on Hutch's part with Thunderbolt. Unfortunately, Togekiss is so especially bulky that he can just roost this off. And then not be super effective, which Brad does. This is not leftovers either. That's good to know. So Starmie comes in. Okay. So basically, Brad's banking on the fact that Victini would go for U-turn. Actually, I don't know, because Chandelure always came in. And then it would have been able to 2K KO Drampa with the Flash Rod. But of course, that's a huge risk. And I guess he felt Starmie wasn't as useful. It was alright. It spun. But Fortress pretty much always got backup rocks unless it was in a Chandelure. Split Strike is going to knock it out. So Brad is severely weak. Yeah, so like now he brings a Chandelure. Bolt Strike would have done a lot too. He just really didn't have a switch into Bolt Strike at that point, unless you wanted to risk the oh wow, this is a Trick Room. But still, fortunately, what this Trick Room means is that Drampa will actually outspeed. So he goes into Lucario. I'm not sure if this can take 2. It can though. Well, depends. He could just finish off with an E-speed though. Yep. So now it's a pretty even game. I would say Hutch has the advantage though because it's looking like Mega Pinsir just clean sweeps. Honestly, as he goes for a quick attack, very good play. Like look at his Mega Pinsir switch-ins. He clicked on accident. I'm not sure what that means, but so yeah, as soon as Trick Room ends and this Togekiss is slightly weakened, it's over. And he actually tricks him the Choice Scarf. Good play. His Rocky Helmet. Although, like, if you look at his team, Brad kind of just lost his Scarf Victini. Although he kind of loses to regular Victini as well, so maybe that's not the right... So yeah, Bolt Strike will knock this out. He has Walk-On Berry, which actually can live the hit. Wow. So that wouldn't have killed anyways. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Only done 74 normally. He gets a spin-off and dies, which is actually amazing, because now he goes into Chandelure, and boy, something is dying. But he actually goes into... Wait. Alright. Because if you went Chandelure, he Flamethrowered. Vaporeon probably came out on the Flamethrower, but then you double into a Bomb. I wouldn't have made that play. He gets the flinch. He needs to get the second one, but he actually goes into Chandelure. See, that's an interesting play, because... I'm not sure about Brad's play there. Ijaro's... Wait, what? Fortress is... Okay, so the Fortress is faster than the Chandelure. That Pain Split was, okay. Shadowball definitely knocks this thing out. So this is just min-speed Chandelure. Okay. So that kind of makes sense, but... Kind of makes sense because it is min-speed Chandelure. This is going to get another kill with the Flamethrower, of course. And this is going to come down to pretty close. And apparently this is where the hacks comes in, from what I understand. This thing comes in, Flamethrower knocks it out. Oh, he crit. That probably killed, because he's probably modest. This comes in. See, I'm not sure why this didn't come in before, because I felt like this could wish up on it. He scalds, doesn't get the burn. And where's the hacks? I was told there were hacks. So he wishes. This Giga Drain should just kill. Okay. But he can't actually protect here, though. That's the other thing. Good play. Good play on Brad's... Oh, Brad. Those plays, man. So yeah, the reason that he couldn't protect was because of the hail, which was just amazing. That also surprises me that he didn't go for a Grass-type move, because his Grass-type switch-in... Yeah, he had Victini, but would Victini really come out? And then what would come out? Fire off. You can't fire off the Fire-type move. Bolt Strike, it doesn't kill. She goes for the V-crit. Of course it kills. That crit obviously mattered, but who cares? So now he can go into his Chandelure and just... Actually, I'm not sure why I went Chandelure first. Just to take Hail Chip. Tricking that Scarf actually might have ended up winning the game for him. So he goes into Togekiss. He needs a 1 flinch, I believe. Yep. And he's not going to get it. Oh, he missed. Wow. That's insane. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. So obviously, Brad was in favor to win that game. I don't know if that was a roll. Maybe roll had to do with it. If not, it's a 60% chance. So yeah, that was definitely a bit of hacks. Well played on both sides. The only kind of play I kind of weird was like when she didn't go straight to Chandelier on Hutch's part. Tricky Chandelier tore through his team, so there was that. But good trick on the Victini, definitely saved in the match there. Move on to the next one. All right, so the next match is between me, the BC Barrels, and Ghost and the Keldeo Hub Resolutes. So I beat him 4-0, but it was a very close match. So I'm now 8-1 with a plus 27 differential, and Ghost is 2-7 with a minus 11 differential. As for the scoreboard, Mega Arrow gets 1 kill, Hoopa gets 2, Keldeo gets 2, Volcarona gets 1. So very spread out there for me. On Ghost's part, Swallow gets 1, Latias gets 1. So it's my battle, so I could probably provide a lot more insight. Anyways, enough talking, let's just hop right into the battle. So he leads Heatran as I lead my Bronzong. I am running Heat-proof Bronzong, actually. Yeah. So I just stay in. Really lucky I didn't get burned here. And I can fire off Earthquake. It doesn't kill, which I EV'd it to kill. So he must have been running a bit more defense than I expected. Which is fine, honestly. Here, I protect. He makes a good play and gets up rocks. Just not really like a misplay on my part. It was just making a safe play. I got leftovers back. I always go Keldeo. Take the Lava Plume. 25% is a lot more than I expected it to do. And he burns me, which is unfortunate, but Keldeo doesn't do anything this match because it's Scarfed, other than revenge killing like a couple Mons. T-Tran being one of them, Swallow being the other, Almastar being the last. Otherwise, it gets walled. So I fire off a Scald here, I believe. Yep. Just hoping for a burn. It did a decent amount to Latias, but not enough. And I know this is like a more defense, or at least has some HP investment, because normally it does a bit more, just because I've played a lot of OU. So I go into Bronzong. This is always rocks or free recovery for me, and I can pretty safely just get on my rocks here, and then proceed to protect and get back another turn of leftovers. This is why I love leftovers protect on Bronzong, because you always get back leftovers. As long as you make sure they don't set up on you, of course. Let's protect here. I can probably stay in and... oh, no. I didn't run Toxic on this thing. So your Rapid Spins. I do have Hoopa in the back, but I really fear the Dark Pulse. So that was a pretty free play for him. I just go Hitmontop because I can spin away the hazards as well. Burning Burn would be suck, but I can always Toxic this as well. So your Water Pulse is a good play, although I would have Dark Pulse because Hoopa easily walled that. So here we just Rapid Spin on each other, I believe. No, I Toxic first because once this thing's about 70%, I can pretty much just knock it out with a Never-Ending Nightmare. I can set up with Volcarona because it is Pasho. It's not really a switch into Keldeo anymore. Arrow can knock it out as well. So I just spin myself on the Swallow, I believe. Yep, touch at 10%. And I get back leftovers as well. He is Flame Orb, which honestly, I might have stayed in and just click combat if he wasn't, but he's Boom Burst. Or sorry, he's Flame Orb. And it just U-turns out good play because now he brings his Blastoise, but like I said, that chip damage is really nice, especially when I get up the rocks. So I go into Hoopa because I don't think he's gonna Dark Pulse there. As he goes Zapdos now, in theory I can set up on this, which I do. Well, set up, yeah. So I just go for Nasty Plot because I easily take two anythings, and he's gonna have to pick a sack, and it's gonna be Heatran, which is a good play because I also now know that he's a bit speedier on Zapdos because this is Hoopa is good enough to outspeed the min speed Zapdos. So he goes into Swallow, and now I pick one of my sacks. Not really stacks, but I have to pick a switch in, which I don't have much of, especially Mega Arrow isn't Mega Evolved, so it doesn't have the bulk. U-turns again, which honestly would probably be better for me because Arrow can still come in one more time on a Brave Bird or a Facade. So now I feel like he's not going to Dark Pulse because he hasn't shown it yet. And now he is in range of Never-Ending Nightmare 100% of the time. And with Blastoise gone, this opens a huge door for my Mega Arrow in particular. Also my Bronzong pretty much walls his entire team now. So he goes Swallow. I can just sack this off. I don't want to go hard Bronzong because Bronzong's really useful to get up rocks again. Now I go into Bronzong, and I could have protected here, but there's really no... The risk, he could have doubled, that would be bad. He actually gets a crit, which kind of hurts a lot, because Bronzong's always needed to take hits, right? So the more HP, the better. Again, nothing lost from protecting here. Get back another turn of leftovers, which kind of counteracts the crit. I need this to counter Latias to an extent, but not really. I can go him on top as he should just volt switch here. This actually did a little more than I would have liked it to. He can always just go Latias. Now the reason I end up staying in here, I believe I stay in here. No, do I? I'm pretty sure. Well, I can tell you why later. Okay, so I did pull the double out into Volcarona. And the reason I went Volcarona is because I feared this to be Calm Mind Latias, and I needed to get it in because I lived one Psyshock and I could knock it out. Or do a lot with the bug. Or first I would Quiver, obviously, but then I would do a lot with the Bug Buzz. Put in range of least arrow. And if he was Calm Mind Latias, he kind of beat my entire team, to be honest. Because they didn't have Toxic on Bronze, I had to hit him on top. So I can Quiver Dance here because he's pretty much shown he's not discharged. But he reveals Whirlwind, which kind of sucks. And he gets me out to like the worst possible thing, and I have to double again and take another unnecessary Volt Switch, which kind of sucks, but it's like whatever. And now him on top's job it was to spin basically for Volcarona, and he has Rocker is gone, so he goes Latias, and the reason I stay with him on top because I could have easily won Bronze on, right? Because if he was Calm Mind, he kind of just put me back to the situation. I just take the Dragon Pulse. I'm like, whatever, right? And now I can easily go into Volcarona. I do take a Psyshock. I take two Psyshocks, actually. So I take the first one. I Quiver Dance up. And I pretty much tear a hole through his team. This Bug Buzz easily kills, of course. It might have been a roll if he was like really HP invested, which I think he was, but it's like whatever. Because he couldn't 2K me anyways. He goes in Zapdos. Now I am Fiery Dance, not Fire Blast, because I don't want to miss. If he was Fire Blast, I would have knocked him out. But it's like whatever. He can only Whirlwind me out. I go to Aerodactyl, and this is like, I'm just like, alright, if I miss a Stone Edge, I could be a bad situation. So I think the better play is Roosting, hoping he Volt Switches out and I get another kill. Because then he died to Rocks. But he makes a good play and Roost as well. And now I'm like, okay, I live the Volt Switch, so I may as well just fire off a Stone Edge. If I hit, I hit. And I hit against all odds, because Stone Edge is a 10% accurate move. He goes in Amistar. Now I'm just like, do I really need Aerodactyl anymore? So I can just fire off a Taunt. In hindsight, the better play would have been to go hard Keldeo, because if he was Shell Smash and he Shell Smashed up, I just revenge killed him with a Scarf Secret Sword. And if he just surfed here, then I lost Aerodactyl. Whereas I didn't lose Keldeo. So just hindsight, this wasn't the greatest play. Because I go Keldeo anyways. Because what did I gain from that taunt? Anyways, I outsped it anyways. And I don't actually, it's actually a roll at this point, but he actually switches out because he hopes that I'm like bulky Keldeo and wants to Shell Smash up again, which I understand. You're trying to win, right? But at this point, Keldeo cleans up. I think the really big game-changing moment in this game was the never-ending nightmare on Blastoise. Also the fact that Volcarona is a monster, and I do kill him with the Scarf Secret Sword, and I clip him for a victory. And the reason I say, the reason I'm caring so much about differential is that Keister's like 3 or 4 differentials away from me, and he 6-0'd Denaria, and I 4-0'd Ghost, so he made up 2 on me there, which could have been worse if I didn't pick up that last differential point. Anyways, that was the match, and we'll move on to the last few. So the second last game of this week is the Keister and the Phoenix Flygons versus Inari and the Nightmare Nidoking. It is a 6-0, one of the 2 6-0s this week, which actually really boosts up Keister's stats. So Keister's not in one with plus 25 differential, he's just 2 behind me. And Inaria is 2-7 and nice 19 differential, which all but eliminates him from the playoffs at this point. So look at the stats. Mega Venu got 2 kills, Donphan got 2 kills, and Ditto actually got 2 kills. As for Inaria, no kills because it was 6-0. So let's hop right into the replay. Keister's brought a really scary team like always. Ditto was so good because you can't really sit up on it. Thought I turned the music off, whatever. So Azelf actually 2-hit KOs with Shadow Ball, which is kind of surprising. He reflects, which is probably a misplay. Yeah, he does go hard Weavile. I would have predicted this. He just Shadow Balls. He gets a crit. Of course, he can just Pursuit now. He actually makes a double, which is kind of interesting. Into Registeel. And Registeel could just get up Rocks, but for some reason he doubles out. I'm not 100% sure why. Because Rocks just hurt his team a lot. He Sleep Powders. Good play. Sucks that he said it on Flygon. And yeah, whatever. He leeches, he avoids the attack. Wait, what? Okay, so Naruto's just doubling around. He just Dragon Dances, which is a terrible play. Just absolutely, like, inexcusable play when he always has a Ditto. Yeah, this beats him. He's actually air slash. What the hell? But like, you can't throw away your win conditions so early on in the game. It's just I don't understand these plays. Like, this is just I don't even want to talk about this game because clearly he doesn't care. And if he doesn't care, then why should I care about this game? So yeah, Keister trans. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. Just the angle. So yeah, that leech seed get like honestly, Inaria should just quit. If he doesn't want to play, then just don't play. It doesn't. It's not a, whatever. We have a lot of players in the reserves that want to play. He actually crits with Fire Blast. I don't think that killed. So Azelf comes in, and this Fire Blast kills as well. I mean, you got only yourself to blame for this loss, Inaria. I'm sorry. This is there's. It tears me apart because I know you're a good battler, but like you're clearly not trying and just whatever. So Dolphin goes for knockoff, and at this point it's pretty. Dragon Dances again. Why would you Dragon Dance when there's Ice Shard Revival? This just doesn't make any sense. A lot of plays, like, yeah. And how much else happens? It's just whatever. Crit did not change anything. I just don't know what to really do. I'm just not gonna care about this battle. Keister 6-0'd him. Sure, good for Keister. He had a great team, but Inaria, there's so many misplays that he made that of course the crit like sucked, but there's so many things you could have done. Why would you Dragon Dance when their opponent has a Ditto? When Air Slash already outsped the Vega Venusaur. Whatever. I don't want to talk about this game anymore. Just move on. So the final battle of this week that I'll be talking about is another 6-0. Ian 6-0'd Rocker. If Rocker had won this game, they would actually be tied. Could you imagine that? At week 9. But yeah, now Rocker is 4-5 with a -13 differential. Playoffs aren't out of the question, but he's gonna have to win out, and that's about it because he has no differential advantage as anyone. Ian is 6-3 with +17. He's pretty much got the playoffs because his team is just broken. So that's our stat line. Garchomp got 2, Finny got 2, and Karagana got 2. It's actually been a pretty poor week for battles. Like what if even close battles just decided by hacks. A few 6-0s here and there. And then a forfeit, of course. That's even worse. So let's hop right into it. Rocker has a pretty good stereo team actually, especially the Infernape if it is scarfed. Kinda destroys his. Oh my god! Oh, okay, that was scary. Apologize for that. So either he Shuka or Rocker has balls. Just saying that much. Toxic Spikes don't even. I don't know why he really got up Toxic Spikes. Well, okay, I don't know why he went hard Aggron either. And I'm not sure why he went in this when Garchomp didn't have to go for Earthquake there. A lot of interesting plays. So he just fires a T-Bolt. That actually did a lot. If he has Focus Blast, this will knock him out. He does not. See, again, Rocker kind of just won with a Double Dance. Thunder T. He actually spins, which, yeah, there you go. He's Mega Aggron, right? So, like, so many weird questions about this week. Hidden Power Fire does knock it out. I guess it could be in Power Ground or something like that. I don't really. So Raquinid comes out. A Freeze Ray will hurt, but he doesn't have it, I guess. So he goes top of Finny, which will actually take a lot from mid liquidation. He just okay, that's pretty cool actually. Nature's Madness comes out. Rocker forgot about. Okay. All right. Nature's Madness comes out. Garbuda kind of walls this thing though, and can get back Black Sludge recovery on a Garchomp as he gunk shots. Does he get a poison? Nope. Garchomp's even leftovers too, so he actually goes for Edge, predicting the Salamence / Thunder T. So he actually gets a T-Spike. Again, we've talked about why this is an issue because Gengar absorbs it. Goes for Quake now. Is he Aftermath? He is not. Actually, Aftermath doesn't apply in that situation. So he should go into Thunder T and HP Ice, but if I were him, I'd T-Bolt predicting the Cryogonal to come out because Thunderbolt will knock you. Yeah, it just goes for HP Ice, whatever. And Anyways, he switches out into a Rockwanid, but that gives him a spin. He actually beams, and this means he can knock him out with a spin. Which he doesn't. I don't know if spin killed actually. I think it did though. Rocker, like actually look at his team. Rocker might still be able to win with Salamence. So he goes into this, and he just goes into Tapu Fini. He does get poisoned though, which is kind of nice. He just goes for Fire Punch. I don't know. Thunder Punch, if he's not running a Surf, would be the play here. So U-turns. U-turn with Life Orb, but he's just doing more damage to himself though, to be honest. Yeah. He just goes for... he does have Surf. So this game's pretty much over, although Salamence might be able to pull this one out if it is Dragon Dance, which it should be. He goes into Infernape though. So I guess he's Thunder Punch. He does, and that doesn't kill. It doesn't do anything to Tapu Fini. That actually looked like it was Blaze Infernape, not Iron Fist. Iron Fist should have done it a little more. Yeah, Mence can still win. That's the funny part too. So Earthquake. I'm not sure why Earthquake there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Misty Train's obviously up. If he missed, he would have still won too. That's the funny thing. But kind of just a lot of misplays by Rocker. Atari has a really good team, or Ian has a really good team. And yeah, that does wrap up all the battles. So I hope you guys hope you guys didn't feel this video was I just hope you guys enjoyed this video like you normally guys do. Hutch will be back next week. I know my style's a little different than Hutch, but I hope you guys still found it a little appealing, and I think I'll just end it here. So yeah, tune in next week for weekly recap. It will be Hutch, and I'm going to be going back to transactions. So yeah, see you guys next week, and peace out.